There was plenty of fun and games to be had at West Ham United's Learning Zone recently when Luis Boa Morte dropped by. Having received a £2,000 donation as part of the Premier League's Creating Chances scheme, the Playing for Success programme, which uses football as an educational tool, is thriving at Upton Park.
We do a lot of things like profiles of the players. When the player actually comes in, the player they might have done a profile on the week before, to actually meet that player, to get a chance to talk to that player, to share their work with the player, it's something that increases their motivation to learn.
It was my first time seeing a football player and I was amazed.
Having Luis Boa Morte coming around was very nice opportunity to meet a West Ham player, and I would like to see more players as well, and I wish he could come back again soon.
Luis has an intriguing story to tell. Born in Arentela, a small town just outside Lisbon, he has 6 brothers and 3 stepbrothers. With a mother who also held down a full-time job, it was easy for him to neglect his own education.
I gave up school early when I was 15. You know, that's something that I don't want my kids to do. My dad wasn't at home all the time, so my mum looked after us most of the time. I was really naughty in school. But okay, it's stuff that kids used to do when they're young. But hopefully my kids won't do that with me.
You'll say sorry to Mum.
Yeah, sorry, Mum.
It was Arsene Wenger who plucked Boa Morte from obscurity. He was 19 at the time, playing his football in the Portuguese second division for Sporting Lisbon B. With an uncanny resemblance to Ian Wright, Luis was the subject of plenty of media attention, but on the pitch he failed to nail down a regular place. Although he won the Premier League and an FA Cup winners' medal as a peripheral player with Arsenal, he craved regular first-team football.
I knew that I was coming from nowhere, from nothing, and you know, next minute I was in London, you know, playing for Arsenal. So I knew that I need to take my time. So after 2 years, Mr. Wenger always been really clear with me, and he said to me that if I want to stay there, I could stay. I'll be like another player fighting for a place, or if I want to leave, or I can leave.
Boa Morte decided on a move to Southampton, but after just 5 months, Glenn Hoddle replaced Dave Jones as manager, and the former England boss decided Luis wasn't for him.
Towards end of July, that's when we have a chat, and I went to see him and said, well, what do you pretend to do with me? Then he said to me that I'm not part of his plans, then I can leave. So then, by end of July, I struggled to get a club. Because I remember even at this field, they said no, they got full squad, they don't need anyone. So I was struggling to get a club. Then I was a bit lost. I didn't know how's it gonna be or what I'm gonna do. So then lights came in my mind, and I just phoned Mr. Wenger again and asked him for help.
Wenger spoke to Jean Tigana, who at the time was managing Fulham, and he offered Luis a trial. The rest, as they say, is history. Boa Morte went on to make 206 appearances, scoring 54 goals for the Cottagers. In August 2005, he was made team captain. But his love affair with Fulham came to an acrimonious end when the club accepted a bid from West Ham without first notifying him.
That he should have contacted me and said to me, you know, there's a bid here, you want to leave, you want to stay, what do you think? Something like that. But by the time they contacted my agent and said that team put a bid for me, and I said, and what did Fulham say? Are they going to speak to me? They said, they didn't say, they accept the bid already.
In January 2007, Boa Morte became Alan Kirbishley's first signing as West Ham's manager. Arriving mid-season at a club with a lot more competition for places made it tough for him to acclimatise. He has only 1 goal to his name since then, which rankles not just with the Hammers fans, but with Boa Morte himself.
I've only got 1 goal so far. and of course I'm a bit frustrated with that as well. Okay, like if they want to point me a finger for not scoring, fair enough, I'll take that and try to improve. But I won't accept no one to point me a finger to say that I haven't worked hard enough for the club or for the team.
Now 30 years old, Boa Morte remains his own harshest critic. With limited starts this season, he's aiming for a decent run in the first team to prove to the West Ham faithful that he still has what it takes to succeed.